Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Dayton against Xavier coming up. Please stand by. Hi, everybody. This is Kent Jacobs, along with our camera operator, Jeff DuFord. We're at Kettering Ice Arena. The Xavier Musketeers against the Dayton Flyers. The boys are out warming up. They're going to be warming up for about 8 minutes. So we'll just kind of sit back, let these guys warm up, and then I'll be back with you here shortly. Stand by. Good evening, everyone, from the Kettering Ice Arena in Kettering, Ohio, just outside of the Gem City of Dayton. My name is Kent Jacobs, and welcome once again to University of Dayton Hockey, along here with our engineer and producer, Jeff Ford. We are looking forward to the start of the 2024-25 home season. The season started last night for the Flyers. They played this same Xavier Musketeer squad down in Cincinnati and defeated the Musketeers by a score of 5-2. Jackson Reed with a couple of goals in that game. And it was a good effort, a good game. From what I heard, it was 2-2 after 2 periods of play, and then the Flyers were able to put things down in the third period with a few goals to win going away 5-2. Of course, both of these squads are members of the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League, which is a part of the ACHA, the American Collegiate Hockey Association, which is the NCAA of college club hockey. And these teams are in Division II in the ACHA. The Dayton Flyers are coached again this season by Tony Morris. Assistant coaches are Chris Sands and Brendan Moorbeck and Chad Morris. The Xavier Musketeers are coached by David Sparks, and their assistant coach is Hayden Ripley. Last night, Tavian Parks was in goal for the Flyers for their 5-2 win. Tonight, it's going to be Jake Dold, D-O-L-D, Jake Dold, who is 5'7", 190-pound sophomore out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jake is a marketing major who likes to play golf on the side, while the Xavier Musketeers are going to be playing a split goaltenders tonight. They're going to start with Hank Mikas and then go with Adam Goad. Last night, their starting goaltender played last night in the game down in Cincinnati. So that's Jack Frambus. So Frambus will be sitting out tonight, as will Tavian Parks for the Flyers. Dayton going with Jake Dold, and the Xavier Musketeers tonight to start the game are going to be going with Mikas, and then Goad will come in midway through the game. Flyers decked out in their chapel blue sweaters with the red trunks. The Xavier Musketeers are in their gray sweaters and navy blue trunks with the navy blue trim. Our officials for tonight's contest: the referees are Eric Schreiner and Greg Sine. The linesman tonight is Colby Slate. Again, we emanate from the Kettering Ice Arena, Kettering, Ohio. Flyers are moving right to left in this opening period. Puck is dropped, and the 2024-25 home season is underway. Kevin Housel dumped the puck into the Dayton zone. Flyers look to start back out at center ice. Across center is Umhafer. Umhafer into the corner in the Xavier zone on left wing. He's checked by 2 Muskies. Meichenbaum, a shot from the left point, is deflected wide. We played 20-minute periods in college hockey. House tips the puck to center for Xavier. Picking it up on the move, Dady into the Dayton zone to Pereira, but that play is whistled down offside at the Dayton blue line. We have a few messages on our chat. We'd love to hear from all the folks that are watching. We heard from Red Temper Defense. Let's go Flyers. Thanks, Red Temper. And our good friend Dave Reed said, let's go Flyers. Good to have Kent and Jeff back. looking forward to the new season. Thanks, Dave. Great to hear from you. And like I said, we saw Jackson got off to a great start last night for the Flyers. Jackson Reed tips the puck into the Muskie zone, and there's a play down in the corner where one of the Xavier players was down, and we have a whistle as the puck deflected up over the glass, apparently, and we're going to have a face-off in the left wing circle of the Xavier zone. Jackson Reed takes the draw for Dayton. Puck tips behind the Xavier net, picked up by Pereira. There are two Pereiras on the Xavier team, Eric and Luke. Just like there are two O'Connells on the Dayton team. And that would be the two O'Connells, Max and Spencer. No score. We're a minute and a half into the opening period. Reed will dump it in for Dayton. Back to get it for Xavier is Morin. Morin checked. Flyers intercept the puck in front of the Muskie net, but unable to make a play. Now there's a shot from the right point that is off a stick wide. Here comes Xavier the other way. Big hit on Barrett, and he lost his stick. He was looking for a penalty. Nothing called. Loose puck right at the center red line. It tips into the Dayton zone behind the net. After it for the Flyers, O'Connell. Max O'Connell slides it into the right wing corner. Several players on both teams after the puck. It kicks to the side of the Dayton net. Picked up by Ployce, Declan Ployce. He's checked. Gets it over on the right wing. Here come the Flyers the other way into the Muskie zone. Racing after it for Dayton is Mygon, and he's checked in the corner. Muskie's cleared the zone. Reed back, or rather Piketty back to get it. Number 44, Piketty for Dayton on right wing. He'll dump it in behind the Muskie net. It comes over to Rutherford in the corner. Centers! That's loose in front, but intercepted by Xavier, and the Muskies clear it. And that is going to be, oh no, icing waved off. Icing waved off as the puck carries behind the Dayton net. Rutherford trying to get it out. Up to center. Now for Big Ted Stuber over the Xavier line. It's poke checked away. Here comes Xavier. Right to left is Garner. Garner behind the Dayton net, checked by Piketty. Puck behind the Flyer net. Banged off the far boards to neutral ice. Here come the Muskies. Picking it up, Dady. Tips it in the corner. Piketty for Dayton. We're 4 minutes into the opening period. No score. Long pass at center. Intercepted for Xavier by Richardson. Rink wide pass on left wing. Muskies start out. There is Falk for Xavier. Shot in front, and it tips wide of the Dayton net. Centering pass right in front of the Dayton cage. Shot, stick save, Dole. Rebound held in. A blast, pad save. Shot off the stick of Brooks Richardson. And it's off the pad of Dole and over the glass. And we'll have a face-off. Got a message from Sean Constable. Hi, Sean. Says, let's go Flyers. And here comes Dayton the other way. It's Basile, Frankie Basile, one of the new Flyers this season. Frankie lost the puck off his stick, and there's a whistle. as Adam Dady took control of the puck.
Track of shots.
Oh, okay. And since we don't have our there's a shot, and the save is made by a diving Micus. Shots on goal right now, 5-4. Our scoreboard banner that we usually have is not working. So we'll keep you abreast of the score, which is 0-0 at this point, and the shots on goal since we don't have that scoreboard banner tonight. Hopefully we'll have it back next weekend. Loose puck right at the Xavier line, picked up at center for the Muskies by Mahalik. Colin Mahalik, a shot. Stick save off to the corner. Puck comes out to the blue line, held in. Shot, stick save, rebound, and it's behind the net. 14.5 to play, first period. 0-0. Picking up the loose puck for the Muskies was Eric Pereira. Rims it into the left wing corner. Prodding at it for Dayton is Brett Smith. Smith kicks it out, and it's chipped all the way into the Xavier zone. After it, Reed, and he's fought off the puck by Matt Rapini. Nice play by Rapini, and now we've got a whistle, and we've got a hooking minor coming up. And that's going to be on, I believe, Jackson Reed. So I believe it was Jackson Reed, probably when he got tangled up with Rapini, gets called on a hooking minor. And so the Musketeers get the first power play opportunity of the game. Puck dumped back into the Xavier zone. After it for the Flyers was DeLeo. He's checked. Back come the Muskies the other way. With a one-man advantage, it's Pereira. Shot, save, rebound, chipped back to the blue line and down the ice. Out of the net for the Muskies, Hank Micus, the goalkeeper, and it's flipped ahead to the blue line. Chip to center. Big Ted Stuber intercepts for Dayton. Stuber drops it back for Piketty, and he clears the puck back in front of the Xavier net. 1 minute left in the Xavier power play, 12:45 to go in a scoreless first period. Flyers able to clear the puck all the way back behind the Xavier net. Micus will set it up. Micus spelled M-I-C-K-U-S. Give and go pass for Flores, or to Pereira. Pereira trying to get it over to Rapini. He couldn't control it, and it comes to center. Rapini pass for Barrett, passed him down the ice. Back to get it, Smith for Dayton. 10 seconds left in the Xavier power play. At the blue line, it's Eric Pereira. Pereira's checked. He gets it back. Screen shot. Blocked in front by the Flyers. Penalty killed off. For the Flyers, Colin Umhafer behind the Xavier net, checked by Rapini of Xavier. Puck just sitting there behind the net. Flyers pick it up, centering pass, tipped in front, save. Puck loose in the corner. After it for Dayton Constable. It rims around to neutral ice. That was a scoring chance for the Flyers a moment ago they were nearly able to cash in on. But it remains scoreless, 11 minutes to play in period number 1. Picking up the loose puck for Xavier is Charlie Maroon. He sends it down the ice. Back to get it for the Flyers, Max O'Connell. O'Connell, give and go pass for Umhafer into the Xavier zone. Shot! He's got it! Colin Umhafer! And the Flyers take the 1-0 lead. Colin Umhafer, the 6-foot, 180-pound junior from Long Island, New York, gives Dayton a 1-0 lead. With 10.5 minutes to go in period number 1. There's a big hit along the boards. Picking up the puck for Xavier is Dady. And a shot. And they score! That was Kevin House. Kevin House ties the game. House, a 6'2", a 190-pounder, a junior out of Rochester, New York. And just like that, it's 1-1. Smith for Dayton. Pass at the red line. There's a shot, and it's tipped wide of the Xavier net. Midway through period number 1. There's a shot by the Flyers' Frankie Basile that's on net, and the save is made by Hank Mikas. Hank Mikas out of Oak Park, Illinois. All knotted up at 1. Umhafer for Dayton. House for, and House is spelled H-O-W-S-E instead of H-O-U-S-E. For the Muskies, back is Dolan. And a shot. And the save is made by Dold. Jake Dold is able to make the save on that one on the rush by Jack Dolan of Xavier. Got a message from Sean Constable. Great goal by Colin. Yep. Now here come the Flyers the other way. Picking it up is Johnny Yasenik. He's ridden into the boards, out of the play in the corner. Puck centered. It's loose in front. Get a stick on it. There's Dolan clearing the puck. Up ahead for teammate Colin Mahalik. He'll dump it in the Dayton zone. Flyers come back the other way as the teams change on the fly. Hayden Ward, puck off of his stick. It bounces in front for Max O'Connell. Chipped into the corner. Now it's held in at the point. Dumped back into the left wing corner. Stuber sends it behind the net. Puck centered. It's off a stick to the right wing corner. 1-1 the score, 8:45 to play, opening period. Stick handling around the right wing circle, Rutherford. Centers, but nobody able to get a stick on it. Here's O'Connell, a shot. And a pad save is made by Mikas. And he'll hold on to the rebound. Got a message from Shelmos Kent. That's Tavian Parks in net for Flyers. Well, I don't know. The score sheet said it was going to be Dold. Okay, well, I'll definitely check on that. Thanks for the heads up, Shelmo. The score sheet said it was going to be Jake, but we'll check on that. I appreciate the heads up. Here's Rutherford, a shot, and a stick save made by Micas. Puck bounced off the far boards to center. Piketty dumps it back in the Xavier zone. Picked up now for the Muskies by Carson Everard, 72. Everard off the boards, held in by the Flyers, but to the Muskies. Ryland Falk. But the puck is out of play and we'll have a face-off. Yeah, thanks, Shomo. We'll check on that at the end of the period. One fact here, we have a time. What do we have going on here? Okay, we're going to have a face-off. We'll check on that at the end of the period, Shomo, just to make sure. Picking up the puck for Xavier is Falk. Ryland Falk. He's checked. Flyers hold the puck in. Smith drops it off. There's a shot. Save made. Puck loose. And after it for the Flyers, Federico, but the puck is covered up by Micas. 1-1 the score. 7.5 to go in period number 1. From the draw, puck tips to center. After it for the Flyers is Connor Constable. Give and go back to Connor over the Xavier line. Shot! Save made by Micas. Nice save. He had a good sight line on that shot. Here come the Muskies out of the Dayton zone. Puck flipped up high to center. Picking it up for the Flyers is Brett Smith. Racing over the Xavier line. Right in front of shot. Save. And Micas has it. Nice individual effort for the Flyers by Brett Smith. Brett, the 5'9", 160 junior out of Pittsburgh. Will be a prominent member of the Flyer defense this season again. Shot. And a nice stick save, parried off the blocker pad by Micas. Flyers still have it from the rebound. Puck dropped behind the net, intended for Snyder. Puck comes free, the right wing circle. There's a shot blocked on defense. Shot from Jackson Reed. Now for the Muskies, trying to pick it up was Jack Dolan. He's tied up. But now here comes Xavier. Eric Pereira over the Dayton line, top of the slot. Pereira backhander. Save made. Puck centered again. A shot. Pad save. Rebound held in by Santofani at the point. His shot blocked. At center, Andy Monroe for Xavier. He'll dump it back in off the near boards. Piketty dumps it back out. Monroe picks it back up into the Dayton zone and then emptied back out. Monroe again after it. Shadowed by Leon Swiatkowski of Dayton. Loose puck, Barrett. Barrett starts out to center for Xavier. Gets around a check, as bumped off the puck by Clark. Then rammed into the boards there in the corner. And we've got a cross check. And I think that's Reed, and Reed is not happy. I think that's who it is. No, it's Meichenbaum, Owen Meichenbaum. He is arguing with the Xavier player. Meichenbaum is sent to the box for cross-checking. And so is Spencer DeLeo. And for Xavier, Ryan Skyken. Holy cow. Holy cats almighty. So for Dayton, we've got DeLeo and Meichenbaum, and for Xavier, we've got Skyken. And I don't know what these penalties are all for. So, it's when they shake things out, it's going to be a power play for Xavier, since the Flyers got 2 penalties and Xavier 1. Oh, now they're okay. Now they've posted both penalties. Are they going to put the other one up for? All right. Okay. 5-on-4. Yeah, so the Muskies have a power play. They're second of the game. They're 0 for 1 on the power play. 1-1 is the score. 5 minutes to go in the period. It's been Colin Umhafer for Dayton scoring, and Kevin House for Xavier. Puck loose in front of the Dayton net. A shot. Front. That puck was just lying at the top of the crease for a moment, and it looked like it was Dady of Xavier that had a chance to. There's a shot. And save. It's blocked in front. Here come the Flyers the other way. Racing in front. Rutherford. Oh! Couldn't pull the trigger on a shot. He got a pass in front, but Tommy could not maneuver to get a shot off. Four minutes to go in the period. 1-1 the score. There's a shot blocked off a skate boot off the stick of Xavier's Adam Dady. Right at the side of the net. There's a chance for the Muskies for Kevin House, and he's bumped off the puck. And the puck is cleared away. 3.5 to go in period 1. Back where Xavier is Brooks Richardson. He lost it. Flyers steal it. And he scores. Oh, it's Big Ted Stuber. Holy Toledo. A short-handed goal. And the Flyers lead it 2-1. Teddy Stuber, how about that? The grad student, law student from Rocky River, Ohio, 6'5", 200. Teddy stole the puck in the Xavier zone, rips off a shot, and it blisters the net behind Mr. Micus. And it's 2-1 Dayton. Muskies' power play is now expiring. Team's back at full strength. For Xavier at center ice, it's Eric Pereira and a whistle. And now there's going to be a interference minor. And I believe he said it was Pereira. Or no, Dolan. I think he said 23. So that would be Dolan for interference. So 2-1 Flyers. Under 3 minutes to play in period 1. Dayton on a power play chance. Here's Brett Smith. Drops it off, left wing circle. Rutherford centers. It's deflected back to Smith. A shot. And the save made by Micus. And now a shoving match between Nate Barrett of Xavier and one of the Flyer players. And I'm trying to see who that is. I believe it's Aiden Ward. Nothing called on that shoving match. They're broken up. Face off in the Leon Swiatkowski wins it back to Smith. There's a shot, pad save, rebound loose in front. They score! On a rebound. Power play goal for the Flyers. And it's Tommy Rutherford. Tom Rutherford, the junior out of Chicago, 6'2", 220. And the Flyers now lead it 3-1 with 2.5 to play in period number 1. O'Connell to center, drops it off, pass for Swiatkowski. Back for O'Connell, pass intercepted by House. Into the Dayton zone, right wing, House rips it wide of the Dayton net. Another shot, stick save. And again, we'll confirm at the end of the period who the goalie is for Dayton. The score sheet said Dold, but we had a viewer said it is Parks. But we'll check on that. Stature-wise, it does look like Tavian Parks, who is a tall goalie. Here's Jackson Reed into the Xavier zone. Reed centering, and it's picked off by the netminder Micah. So we'll find out what's going on goalie-wise at the end of the period. A minute 35 to go in period number 1. It's been for Dayton, Umhafer, Stuber, and Rutherford. For Xavier, House. And it's 3-1. The last 2 Flyer goals have been special team goals, a power play goal, and a short-handed goal. Puck dumped in the Dayton zone. Back to get it, Owen Meichenbaum. Meichenbaum checked behind the net. Gets it back. Tries to flip it out, but it's held in for the Muskies by Pereira. Pereira checked. Puck stolen away by the Flyers along the boards and cleared down the ice, and that'll be an icing violation against Dayton. Teams change with a stoppage of play. DeLeo back on for Dayton, along with Meichenbaum, and also we got Yasenik. Flyers don't have sleeve numbers, so it's sometimes hard to tell. We also have Paquetti out there, DeLeo, Meichenbaum. Okay. We're all set. Face off, left wing circle of the Dayton zone. The Flyers leading at 3-1. Give and go pass to center for Sully Clark over the Xavier line. Gets around a check. Puck centered, and it's off a stick to the blue line. Paquetti had it, lost it. Picking it up for Xavier, Nate Barrett. Barrett hands it off to Charlie Maroon. He's checked along the boards. Maroon couldn't control it. Puck squirts back to center. Muskies have to dump it back in and vacate the zone. 20 seconds left in the period. Aiden Ward for Dayton at his own line. Bangs it off the far boards down the ice. Into the Muskie zone. 8 seconds left in the period. Aiden Ward has it, centers, and the Flyers aren't going to get a shot. And a good period for the Dayton Flyers. They lead the Xavier Musketeers after 1. Score Flyers 3 and the Musketeers 1. Goals in this period for Dayton by Umhafer and Stuber and Rutherford. The goal by Xavier Kevin House. The shots on goal in the period favor Dayton 20-18 after one. And stand by, I'm going to find out about the goalie situation. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, it's 3-1, and yeah, it is. Thanks again to Shelmo26. It is Tavian Parks in goal for Dayton, so appreciate the heads up on that. So we will update that, and Tavian Parks, 6'2", 190-pound sophomore out of Uniontown, Ohio. So he is in goal for the Flyers. So thanks again for the heads up. We also heard from Dave Reed. Kent, FYI, Xavier dropped down to Division III this season. Oh, okay. So there are only 10 teams in our conference now. Louisville moving up to Division I next season. Oh, okay. Well, thanks again, Dave. I appreciate the update on that. So, so this is not a league game for the Flyers. So, I appreciate the heads up on that, Dave. So, okay. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. Good period, and that's interesting. It's that the Musketeers dropped to Division III. I spoke to their coach, David Sparks, before the game, and I did not know that before the game, or else I would have asked him about that as far as why they did that. Sorry, folks. Yeah, if I would have known that, I would have asked him before the game about why they did that, or some of the details about why they dropped down and dropped out of the league. But at any rate, so 3-1 Flyers after one period of play. And also, yeah, sorry to see that Louisville is moving up and leaving, going to be leaving the league. So, of course, the Tri-State League added Cincinnati last year, so that's good. But now you're talking about losing two teams. So, but that's the ins and outs of it. I'm surprised. Well, I don't think Kentucky has a really good program, the University of Kentucky. And I don't know if they have a division. Dave, you might know this. Dave Reed out there. Does Kentucky have both the Division I and Division II ACHA teams? Because they have a really good program down there at University of Kentucky. I mean, I think they sell tickets, and they'll get a couple of thousand people, I'm told. I think I was told last year. So, but, well, that's the ins and outs of it. good to see some of the new Flyers out there getting their skates wet to start the season. Leon Swiatkowski, a new player, and Frankie Basile. And they were both prominent in this first period. So the Flyers had 3 penalties in that first period, and the Muskies 2. Xavier was 0 for 2 on a power play. The Flyers 1 out of 2, and they had a shorthanded goal. So the goal scoring again, it was Colin Umhafer, who got the first goal of the game. Colin out of Long Island, New York. Colin likes to go snowboarding and play baseball when he's not playing hockey, majoring in business. And then it was Teddy Stuber, our attorney, our barrister. He's a law student, a graduate student. And then Tom Rutherford out of Chicago, business student, likes to go fishing. And with the other Dayton goal, Flyers have the one transfer student this season, and it is Leon Swiatkowski, uniform number 20. Leon transferred from Purdue University Northwest to come down here. Leon is a senior, as I understand it. Waiting on the debut of Brian Dolby. Brian Dolby not in uniform tonight, but he is a former football player. So I think he's got some size to him. Brian might provide a little bit of physicality for this Dayton team. And Frankie Basile, new Flyer, he's a freshman. And Spencer O'Connell is a new player. He's the brother of Max O'Connell, who was with the Flyers last year. So both O'Connells with the team. Now, what's going on next weekend, folks, is Flyers play Friday and Saturday. Next Friday evening at 6:30 Eastern Time against Niagara University. And we'll have that game here on this Dayton Flyers hockey channel next Friday evening at 6:30 against Niagara. Jeff won't be here, but we'll have a substitute producer. But then on Saturday, next Saturday, we don't have a producer, so we'll be on Facebook Live, I believe, next Saturday. So we plan on bringing you both games next weekend. Friday night here on YouTube, and then Saturday night on Facebook is what the plan is. So And then it'll be a couple of weeks until we see you again, Thursday, September 26th, in a game that's played in Springfield, Ohio. Got a message from Kelly Ward. Hey, Kelly, how's it going? She says, hi, Kent, welcome back. Thanks, Kelly. Great to hear from you this evening. But, and that's Thursday the 26th. And unless the Flyers fill in any more games in October, which they might try to, but they're not on the schedule as yet, we may not see you again for a month until Friday, October 25th, when the Flyers play Louisville here in Kettering. So unless Coach Morris is able to get any more home dates in October, then we may not see you from September 26th until all the way October 25th. But stay tuned. I think he's trying to get another home date or two in October, so stay tuned. 3-1 the score. The Dayton Flyers lead it. After one period of play. Again, last night, Flyers defeated this Musketeer team 5-2. So hoping for a weekend sweep to start the season on a very high note. Musketeers are back on the ice. You got the scoreboard? Oh, hey, great. Our engineer producer, Jeff Duford, has gotten our little scoreboard back up there. So thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it. He always has to fiddle with all the knobs and switches and switch around, and he hits it with a hammer is what he does. But thanks, Jeff. He got the little scoreboard banner back up there in the top left corner. Hey, we heard from Steve Bradley. Hey, Steve, what's going on, man? Good to hear from you. Dayton hockey is back. Thought it was 7 o'clock puck drop, but it's always great to hear. Hey, thank you very much, Steve. He said, Kent, voice of the Flyers. Thank you, Steve Bradley, and hope Bobby's doing well. Yeah, so let us know. Thanks, Steve. Let us know what Bobby's up to. I think he was, is he going into banking? Was it banking? Let us know, Steve, what former Flyer captain Bobby Bradley is up to. I thought it was insurance or banking. I'm not sure. I'm getting old and I can't remember stuff. So great to hear from you, Steve. Appreciate it. Appreciate that you're still following the Flyers. And we're ready to go. Flyers up 3-1. Puck dropped. We're underway. Again, the Flyers in their Chapel blue sweaters. Aiden Ward in front, and he had a chance right in front. Flyers in the Chapel blue sweaters, red trunks. Xavier gray sweaters, navy trunks. Aiden Ward picks it up for Dayton. Over the Muskie line, right wing circle, centers. Smith saved on the shot. And I forgot to check. Oh no, it's Tavian Parks in that. Again, thanks to Shelmo for correcting us on that. Here comes Declan Ployce into the Muskie zone. Shot and the save made. A minute into the period, here's a shot blocked on defense and cleared. Another shot, pad save by Micus, who I believe is still in net for Xavier. Again, there's no public address tonight to announce stuff like that, so just have to go by what I see out there, or what you guys see. There's a shot, pad save by Parks off the stick of Colin Mahalik of Xavier. Here's Luke Federico. Left wing circle shot, and the save made by Micus. Luke Federico, cool hand Luke, we can call him. Luke out of Long Island, New York. Another, there's a kind of a Long Island connection with the Flyers. There's a shot from the draw in and out of the trapping mitt of Micus. Here's Mark Pichetti, right wing circle into the corner, checked by Brady of Xavier. Gets it back to Jackson Reed. Shot! High and wide of the crossbar at the elbow of the net. Flyers maintain possession, leading it 3-1. Jackson Reed picks it up. Behind the net, big Jackson Reed. Wrestles a Muskie player into the corner. Puck comes free to center. Muskies will dump it in on net, and the save made by Parks. That shot off the stick of Ryan Skeekin, S-K-I-K-U-N, Skeekin. Here's Mark Pichetti, rims the puck along the boards. It's loose. Reed after it. It kicks free to center. Picking it up, Jack Brady of Xavier. He's checked. Flyers have it. Drop pass. Shot to center off the stick of Dayton's Charlie Snyder behind the Xavier net. Here's Jack Brady for the Muskies. Rink wide pass to the center red line, broken up. Brett Smith has it for Dayton. He'll retreat behind his net. Smith pass to center, DeLeo. Over the Muskie line, DeLeo stick handles in front, and he gets sandwiched in between two Musketeers and goes down before he could pull the trigger on a shot. For the Muskies, here is Pereira. Shoots to center, Flyers get it back. Now for Xavier, it's Carson Everard dumping it in the Dayton zone. Loose puck at center. Off the stick of Andy Monroe of Xavier. Over to Morin. Morin's touch pass intercepted. Flyers, Sully Clark in front of the Muskie net and lost the handle as he was bumped right in front of the net. There's a shot by Smith. And there's Hank Micus with the save. And I do see he is number 35, and that is Hank Micus, so he's still in net for Xavier. Aiden Ward wins the draw to Rutherford, a shot. Deflects wide. And it's cleared away by Xavier. Back to get it is Ployce, but it's icing against the Musketeers. Hey, we got a message from German Zabel. Welcome back, Kent and Jeff. Hey, what's going on, German? German 7 Abel. I'm sorry about that. Nothing beats you guys announcing, and tough to watch this, the away games. Hopefully, that's Tito's in the water bottle. I got you. It's just water. Oh, Jesse and Patty Ployce. Oh, thanks. Okay. Thanks to the Ployce family. There's a shot. And Parks the save. off the stick of Kevin House. So thanks again, Jesse and Patty Poyce. That nice message. Here's a shot by Teddy Stuber, looking for his second goal. And the save made by Micas. Shot again toward the Muskie net. Off the pads of Micas. Kicks free to this near corner. Picked up for the Muskies by Richardson. Brooks Richardson clears the zone. Flyers come back in. Ward trying to center it for teammate Constable. Broken up. Puck centered again and tipped to the corner. Smith rims it to the corner for Constable. Checked by Maroon. Muskies can't clear the zone. Now they do. Back to get it. Mark Pichetti of Dayton on right wing into the Xavier zone. Pichetti cuts behind the net. Pichetti still has it. He's checked into the boards there by Falk of Xavier. Puck still in the Xavier zone. Flyers lead it 3-1, 13:35 left in the period. There's a shot, and it's wide of the net. There's a shot for the Flyers, Meichenbaum, and it deflects behind the net. Puck centered again. It's broken up by the goaltender, Micas, and cleared away. Back for Dayton to pick up the loose puck is Frankie Basile, Basile. Puck centered in front of the Muskie net, but off a skate boot wide. Now Brett Smith controls at center. Rink wide pass. Basile. It's dumped into the Muskie zone. 3-1 Flyers. Second period, under 13 to go. Not a big crowd on hand tonight for the Flyers home opener, but they're vocal. Brett Smith tied up at center. Puck comes loose. Picked up for Xavier by Rapini. Matt Rapini lost the handle. Gets it back. Rapini checked by two Flyers. Trying to fight it off. It's stolen away by, it looks like, Stuber. Bangs it off the wall to center. Picked up for Xavier by Eric Pereira. His pass intercepted by DeLeo. For Dayton, drops it off Smith. Centers. And there was a shot by Swiatkowski as he hit the ice, and now there's a whistle. As several players were flying, and now we're going to have looks like a penalty. We're going to have what do we got? What do we have here? A penalty on the Musketeers. It looks like it's on number 4, Nate Barrett. Holding minor on Nate Barrett of Xavier. So Flyers have a power play chance. Leading at 3-1. DeLeo, right point. Rink wide, pass, now gets it back. Spencer DeLeo, right wing circle. Drops it in the corner, gets it back. DeLeo over for Meichenbaum, now into the corner, now back to DeLeo to Meichenbaum at the line. Returns it to DeLeo. Passes off the side of the net for Stuber. Back to DeLeo, left wing circle. Puck loose in front, and it's tipped wide with Micah sprawling across the crease. Flyers control it. 1:15 left in their power play. Right wing circle. Spencer DeLeo. Back for Meichenbaum. Shot. Save. Blois fires. It's blocked in front. Puck tipped down the ice. After it, Spencer DeLeo, as well as Jack Brady of Xavier. They tie up. Buck still tied up. Kicks free in front of the Dayton net. A shot and Parks the save. Eric Pereira with a chance as the puck came free from the scrum in the corner. And Pereira had a free shot, and it was Parks who was able to swat that puck out of the air with the big trapping mitt and make the save to prevent a shorthanded goal. 3-1 Dayton, 10:25 to go in the period. Half a minute left in the Dayton power play. Here's Jackson Reed on right wing into the Muskie zone. Centers! Shot! And looks like it was over the glass. It deflected off a stick over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. 21 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Smith left point. Smith, top of the slot. Now to the right point. Smith drops it back to the left wing. Now gets it back center point. Right wing circle shot. Reed blocked. Behind the net, Smith. Penalty's been killed off. Barrett back on. Here's Aiden Ward at the left point. Rink wide pass for Smith. He's tied up by Barrett and knocked down to the ice. And I think Barrett's going right back to the box. Actually, I think it was Basile who had the puck, and he passed it off, and then Barrett shoved the player down to the ice. And Barrett protesting the call, but what happened is he shoved the player down to the ice after he had outletted the puck, and so that's why he was called for the penalty. And now Micah's going to the bench. And so we've got a new goalie for the Musketeers. I'll have to get his number. They said, the coach said he was going, Coach Sparks said he was going to break up the game into halves. So Micah's is out, and I'll have to get the number. There's a shot and a pad save by the new goalie. I think it's Adam Goad for Xavier. Minute half left on the Dayton power play. Rutherford couldn't control the puck, and back come the Muskies the other way. Here comes Kevin House. Checked from behind by Ward into the corner boards. Puck cleared out. Muskies control. Pass intercepted, and then pass off the stick of Reed comes to Xavier's Pereira. And now we've got another whistle with 8.5 even to go in the period. And we've got a roughing minor coming up against someone. And it looks like it is a flyer, and it's going to be Aiden Ward. So a roughing minor on Aiden Ward. That'll even things up. 4-on-4 for the next minute. 8.5 to go in the period. Flyers leading at 3-1. Face off in the Dayton zone to our left. Here come the Flyers. 4-on-4. It should open up play for the Muskies. There's Brooks Richardson. He's checked behind his own net. And a pass up ahead for Pereira, Luke Pereira. Around a check into the Dayton zone. Pereira shot, and Parks turned that aside. For the Muskies, Eric Pereira. He's checked. Flyers come back the other way. Piketty. He's tied up. Loose puck. Meichenbaum into the Xavier zone. Drop pass. Firing a shot. Save. Rebound. And it's tipped wide. Goad has played well in his first few minutes of action in net for Xavier. Here's Hafer. Drops it off in the corner. A shot wide of the Xavier goal. Here come the Muskies the other way. Pereira, but we've got a whistle. The crowd cheers. And we've got a melee in the far corner of the Xavier zone. As the crowd roars, there is a full-blown wrestling match going on. The referees break it up. As we have, I'll get the numbers of the combatants in that melee. And for the Flyers, it was Johnny Yasenik. And I'm not sure who it was for Xavier. Couldn't catch the number. I'll try to find out. So that wasn't just some pushing and shoving. Those guys were punching and wrestling, and when they went down to the ice, that was a full-bore WWE. So what do they call it? Not shakedown. What do they call it? The wrestling. I'm going to try to get the number of the Xavier player. As the referees are trying to sort things out. So it was Dady in the box, but now Dady is leaving the box. Who for Xavier is going in the box? Okay. I was just able to shout down to the Xavier bench, and it is Dady who's going in. So for the Flyers, I believe it was Johnny Yasenik. And it's Dady for Xavier. Okay, folks. 7:14 to go in period number 2. So I believe it was Yasenik for Dayton and Dady for Xavier were the You don't need to watch any MMA tonight because we just got some. Okay, folks. I was conversing with one of the Xavier players. I was shouting down over the gate down there, their bench right below us, and he let me know it was Dady that was in there. I was like, hey, well, that was a good match. Here's the Flyers the other way, and a big chance by Rutherford. His shot saved by Goad. For the Muskies back the other way is Dolan. Jack Dolan to Barrett. Barrett flips it high and wide from the left wing boards. High and wide of the Dayton net. 6:40 to go in period number 2. Dayton leads it 3-1. Shot. Parks the save. The Musketeers, if they net the next goal in this game, they'll only be a goal down. So really, the next goal in this game, the Flyers could build a potentially insurmountable lead if they score, whereas if the Muskies score, obviously they would just be a goal behind. So the next goal in this game, whoever gets it, is going to be, it goes without saying, a big one. There's a blast by Xavier's Matt Rapini that is off a body wide. Here's Brett Smith for the Flyers. Long pass and nobody there to get it. And it's covered up by the Muskie goalie Goad. Since Goad came in, I don't have any information on him, where he's from or anything. I'm sorry about that. He's a sophomore. Their website did not have any height or weight or hometown for him, so I don't know where he's from, but he's a sophomore. Face off in the right wing circle of the Dayton zone. Sully Clark will take the draw for Dayton. And it comes to center from the face off. Back to get it for Dayton Smith. Smith over to the left wing. It's dumped in by the Flyers. And that was by Frankie Basile. And covered up, and then we'll have a face-off in the Muskie zone, this time left wing circle. Clark again for the Flyers. He wins the face-off again. There's a shot, and it was a screen shot. And trying to get a tip on it, were the Flyers in front, but it comes into Goad, and he hits what's called the butterfly, going down with his knees together down to the ice to cover up that shot. Puck loose, comes to center. Muskies pick it up. Here they come, right to left. Centering pass for Pereira. That was Luke Pereira. Couldn't quite control it. Here's Snyder for the Flyers. Clears the puck out. Picking it up to Leo. He's got Clark in front. Oh, and couldn't hook up on the pass. It's behind him. A big hit. The crowd loves the big hits. There come the Muskies, trailing 3-1. Into the Dayton zone. Brady. Back to the point for Skyken. Skyken, poke checked away. Muskies still have it. Picking it up was House. He's checked. House gets it back at center. Drops it off. Flyers intercept. Picking it up, Brett Smith into the Muskie zone. He's headed off to the corner by Falk. Here's Falk for Xavier. Hands it off. Now to Everard, head manning him. It's off of his stick. Back to Skyken at center. Skyken check, but he trips up a Dayton player, and he's going to the box. And really an inadvertent play by Skyken. And he shouts back to the ref, but it was an inadvertent play, but it was a trip. So Skyken to the box. Skyken, a lanky young man, 6 foot, but only 150, out of Walled Lake, Michigan. He's a junior. So Skyken to the box on the trip. That was an easy call. Hey, I got a message from I'm Gonna Plum. 26 making moves. That's Brett Smith. You're right. Boy, he has been an excellent stick handler tonight. Aiden Ward rides Musketeer Eric Pereira down to the ice, and he's going to the box. So I believe it'll be Aiden Ward, number 7. It's a holding minor as Ward took Pereira down to the ice. It's called a holding minor. Aiden Ward, a 6'2", 210 senior out of Buffalo, New York. 4:06 to play in the period, 3-1 Dayton. It's been a scoreless second period. Swiatkowski for Reed. Over the Xavier line, trying to hook up with Swiatkowski in front. But the pass was just past him. Here come the Muskies the other way. Shot, save on the pad of Parks and rebound to center. Picking it up, Pereira back over the Dayton line, fires, and it's high and wide. Here comes Dayton, left to right. Reed banged it off the boards. Here comes Swiatkowski over the Xavier line. Left wing circle, shot, stick save by Goad. Boy, this is turning into a really good game, I tell you, folks. There's a shot by the Musketeers by House. Actually, he wasn't able to pull the trigger. I anticipated he would, but he was unable to control the puck. Here come the Flyers. Here's Big Teddy Stuber, return pass for Reed. It's broken up. Here's Stuber, backhander, and it's up over the net. Shot, Stuber, oh, saved by Goad. Goad has stood tall in this second period. Here's a shot, a tip in front, just past Rutherford. Shot by Piketty is blocked in front. Mark Piketty from the right point. It's 4-on-4, and I love 4-on-4. It's wide open. Back and forth, shot, save, Parks. He swallows that up with the big leg pads. 2:21 to go in period number 2. Teams change with the stoppage of play. Face off in the right wing circle of the Dayton zone. Puck cleared all the way down the ice. Xavier on a power play, so no icing. Now the penalty's been killed off for both teams, but as soon as those penalties get killed off, we're going to have more. As there was a brief altercation behind the Xavier net. The fans about there, they're yelling, they're banging on the glass. They want some. And he said, and it's Mr. Rapini of Xavier says, I didn't touch him. And I didn't see what Flyer player went in. Did you see the Flyer player number? Okay. So we've got coincidental minor penalties. With 2:03 to play in the period. Again, we're going to be 4-on-4. Right wing circle face-off in the Xavier zone. Muskies win it. They clear the puck. Flyers get it at center, and they come back. And now we've got another penalty as one of the Flyer players looked like he was being tied up. They got tangled up, and I think there might be another Muskie penalty, and it is going to be a hooking minor on Jack Dolan. So Jack Dolan hooking minor. Now a shot in on the Muskie net and Goad the save. So we are now 4-on-3. DeLeo, Meichenbaum, Umhafer, and Swiatkowski out for Dayton. Here's Umhafer. Hands it off. Swiatkowski back to the point now for DeLeo. DeLeo now to the left point. Back to DeLeo trying to center for Swiatkowski, but it's off a stick and over the glass. 1:16 left in period number 2. The Dayton Flyers lead the Xavier Musketeers by a score of 3-1. Kent Jacobs, along with our producer, cameraman, Jeff Duford from Kettering Ice Arena outside of Dayton. Flyers led 3-1 after 1. It's a scoreless second period. Flyers have it. There's a left wing circle pass and a shot deflected wide. Flyers still maintain possession. Shot by Meichenbaum right in on net, and the save made by Goad. Under a minute left in the period now, 58 seconds. Teddy Stuber going to take the draw, wrestling away, and it's chipped us down the ice nicely by Falk of Xavier. Here comes Brett Smith for Dayton. Right wing give and go Reed over the Xavier line. Jackson Reed, right wing circle. Drops it off, center point. Smith fires wide. Smith from the end boards gets it back. Right point, Jackson Reed to the left wing circle for Smith. Drops it off, shot wide. Bangs off the corner boards, held in by Smith. To Rutherford, trying to center. It's broken up, held in nicely by Smith. He's trying to drop it off in front. And they score! Oh, wait, hold on, no. No goal. Hold on. They're waving it off. Are they saying the net came loose? No goal. So the Flyers looked like they scored, but it's waved off. The crowd is voicing their disapproval. But they're saying the net came loose, so the net was loose, so no goal. It remains 3-1. Face off in the Xavier zone, right wing circle. Nice power play. Movement of the puck by the Flyers. Jackson Reed fires and deflected wide from the goalie blocker pad. And that is the end of the second period. Boy, it was a good one. Nobody scored in that second period, but boy, it was an up and down, physical. We had a WWE wrestling match between a couple of players, and we had a number of penalties. A lot of great shots, a lot of great saves for both teams, but no one scored. What a game, I tell you what. After one, it looked like the route was on. It was 3-1 Flyers, and you thought, okay, well, maybe they're going to pile on in the second period and go away with this one, but not. Especially the goaltending change for Xavier. Not that Hank Micah's played badly, but he did let in a few goals. And Adam Goad has come in, and he's shut the door. And in the second period, the shots were 22-6 for Dayton. And that shows you how well Goad played. But after 2 periods of play, Flyers out shooting Xavier 42-24. So, and no scoring in that second period. So we have a darn good game on our hands, folks. So we got a message from I'm gonna plumb. Yeah, 26 making moves again. You're right. Hey, Brett Smith. Great game by number 26 of the Flyers, Brett Smith. Got a message from Connor O'Donohue. Says hi, Kelly, and I'm guessing he may be speaking to Kelly Ward, maybe. But nice to hear from you, Gunner. So again, going over the scoring, it'll be redundant just since it's just first period scoring. Again, the goals for Dayton were by uh, Colin Umhafer and Ted Stuber and Tom Rutherford. And the goal by Xavier was by Kevin House. Again, House, Howse, how he spells that. Again, last night these teams played with the Flyers winning at 5-2. And again, we appreciated earlier um, getting the message from Dave Reed about the changes to the league. How Xavier dropped to Division 3. So I appreciate Dave Reed letting us know that. And Louisville's going to move to Division 1, so they'll be leaving the league. So the Tri-State League will drop another team. Gunnar O'Donohue says, I'm the champ. Okay, champ, Mr. O'Donohue. Nice to hear from you tonight. Champ. So appreciate everybody getting in on the chat tonight. Hope everybody had a good summer. Wow. Hard to believe that we're back. And I tell you what, I think this Flyer team looks pretty good so far. Of course, we knew with Tavian Parks we would have good goaltending again, and also Jake Dold and Dom Grimaldi also showed well last year in net for Dayton. But Flyers seem to have some more speed and more size with some of the new players that have come in last season and now this season. And the Flyers had a good year last year, making the tri-state playoffs. They lost to eventual national champion Indiana. So when the Flyers played the Indiana Hoosiers in round one of the tri-state playoffs last year and lost, you figured that the Hoosiers had a real good chance of winning the league championship, which of course they did. But then the Indiana Hoosiers go on to win the ACHA Division II national championship. So it's very exciting to see a tri-state collegiate hockey league team win the national championship. So that was really great And congratulations to the Indiana Hoosiers. Not that there are Indiana Hoosiers listening right now, but congrats to them just the same. I don't think we're going to see them this year because I don't think Indiana comes here. I know the Flyers play them in Bloomington, but they're not. At least they're not on the schedule. At least not yet. To come here this season. Got a message from Samarkov1. Hello, Samarkov1. Says, go Mike Mygon. Mike Mygon, number 18 of the Flyers. Boy, did we have a slew of penalties in that second period. That was Davey. Yeah. Um, for the game, it looks like the Flyers have 5 penalties and the Musketeers 8. And most of all those penalties for both teams coming in the second period. In fact, the Flyers do have an 11-second power play at the outset of the third period. So they'll still have a one-man advantage for 11 seconds when we begin the third period. Oh, it's great to see the crowd back. Like I say, it's not a big crowd. Xavier, obviously for basketball, if you're a University of Dayton fan or person or familiar around around here, you know that the Xavier Musketeers against Dayton Flyers in basketball would be the top ticket in town, baby. The UD Arena, which is already full for every game anyhow, they would be hanging from the rafters because that Xavier Dayton basketball is huge. Now Xavier Dayton hockey, probably not a big buzz on campus about this game, this hockey game, because Xavier's not a rival per se in hockey, like maybe Miami, per se might be, um, or some of the other bigger schools that come in, Michigan, Ohio State, would draw, maybe fill this place up. So not a big crowd on hand today, but it's a very lively and vocal crowd. I would say the stands, I don't know, 50, 60% populated. So not a bad crowd. But I'm sure with some of the other, Ohio State and some of the other teams coming in, they'll get this place more, almost full, um, which would be exciting. But a really good crowd as they're watching the Zamboni right now. Um, as we get ready for the third period. Um, Let me see. Let me get out of the game here and see if there's any other stuff going on. Hold on, everybody. Okay. Let's see if I can get online. Hold on, folks. Trying to see if we can get online, maybe see if there's any scores I can pass along to you as the Zamboni makes a few more rounds. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. Come on, phone. Got an old folks phone. Sorry, folks, everybody. It doesn't move real quick. Oh, come on, ESPN. Sorry, everybody. When the technology doesn't cooperate, it just kind of leaves things stuck in the mud. Well, I hope everybody had a great summer, a nice Labor Day weekend, their last weekend. Now the Xavier Musketeers are back on the ice, and here come the Flyers. And yeah, Tavian Parks in that for Dayton. Yeah, I appreciate the heads up on that. I don't know where there was some confusion at the score sheet. I thought Jake Dold was playing, but that was not the case. Well, it should be an exciting third period, everybody, as we get ready. As the teams warm up. Yeah, this was not a good idea. Try to get online to see if I pass along some scores, and it's just not cooperating. Hey, everybody, we are underway as the puck is dropped. And our officials today, Eric Schreiner, Greg Sign. The linesman is Colby Slate. And right from the face-off, the puck down into the Muskie zone, and Adam Goad has to make the stop. Face off, left wing circle, the Dayton zone. Penalty's been killed off now, both teams at full strength. As they're not at full strength for long. And looks like it was a Flyer player, I believe it was Ted Stuber, who went off for tripping. The right away, a Dayton penalty. I believe it was Stuber. I tried to say, it looked like number 2, uniform number 2 went in. It was a trip. So Muskie's on a power play. They only trail it 3-1. This is a big power play chance for Xavier to get back in the game, trailing it 3-1. And there's a give and go to center ice for Pereira. Gets around Rutherford, but it's Stuber is on the ice, so it was not Ted Stuber in the box. It might have been Sully Clark. Might have been number 12 instead of 2. As Ted Stuber is on the ice right now. In fact, he just ran a Muskie player into the boards. That was Rapini. Loose puck into the Dayton zone. Rutherford after it. Rutherford. Pass at center gets through all the way back behind the Muskie net. Under a minute left in the Xavier power play. Here comes Maroon for Xavier. Into the Dayton zone, a shot. And it's off the pad of Parks. And to center ice. Picking it up, House for Xavier. To Brady over the Dayton line, right wing. Brady cuts behind the net. Jack Brady centers. Backhander by Pereira, and it's wide. It's tipped wide. There's Brady. Pass at center, broken up. Stolen by Umhafer of Dayton over the Xavier line, and he's bumped off the puck as he tried to move up the slot in front of the Xavier net. Clark is out of the box now. It was Sully that was in on the penalty, and now another whistle. So that penalty's killed off, and now they're going to kill off another one. And it's Sully Clark again? Sully? For a slash? Well, Sully Clark back-to-back penalties. Bang, bang in this third period. Trip and now a slash. Here is Piketty of Dayton. He clears the puck. 17 minutes, 15 seconds left in regulation. Dayton leading it 3-1. Rink wide pass for Barrett. Barrett checked. Puck tipped back into the Xavier zone. Here come the Muskies. Pass for Barrett was behind him. Flyers intercept. Pass for Swiatkowski. Here's Swiatkowski. Drops it off for Reed. Back to Swiatkowski. But it's broken up between his skates, and here come the Muskies. Here's a shot pad save off the stick of Jack Dolan. And Parks will hold on to the rebound. 1:07 left in the Dayton penalty. And there's some jawing going on back and forth between some of the Muskie players and some of the Flyer players. From the draw, Brady. Shot blocked. Another shot by Pereira blocked. That's Luke Pereira. Luke Pereira again drops it off behind the net. For Brady, over to Maroon. Back in the corner, Pereira. Pereira drops it off for House. House centers. And unable to hold the puck in is Brady, and the Muskies have to circle back. A pass, Flyers intercept it. Cutting into the Xavier zone to Leo, and a shot. And I think that Go just got a piece of that with his blocker. 15 seconds left in the man advantage for Xavier. Pereira, pass intercepted by Umhafer, drops it behind the net. Pereira for Brady. Brady checked. Flyers hold it in. There's a shot wide of the mark by the Flyers' Frankie Basile. Off the end boards. Flyers control it. Brett Smith behind the net. Federico. Luke Federico drops it back, and it gets past the Flyer player he was intending the pass for. Holding the puck in is Federico. He's able to swipe it behind the Xavier net. Penalty killed off, both teams at full strength. Brady trying to bang the puck out of the Xavier zone, but it's held in by Declan Ployce for Federico. He's poke checked. There's a shot by Constable right on, and a save made by Adam Goad. Goad has been impressive in the net. Of course, Tavian Parks obviously has been for the Flyers. From the face-off, O'Connell holds it in for the Flyers. Passes behind the net. Federico drops behind the net for Umhafer. Flyers trying to wrap it around. Centering pass intercepted by Carson Everard of Xavier, and he clears the puck all the way down the ice. And that is an icing violation against the Musketeers. Face off in the Xavier zone. Shot wide of the mark. O'Connell for Dayton, checked into the boards. Loose puck centered, and a diving play to break that pass up. There's a shot, stick save by Goad. Rebound along the far wing boards. Flyers hold it in. Big check by Skyken of Xavier, a whistle. And I think that's offside. And now there's some conversation between the Flyers' Leon Swiatkowski and one of the Muskie players. I think it might have been Monroe. I'm going to try to get the game back up here on my... Hold on, folks. There we go. From the face-off, just outside the Xavier zone. 13.5 to play in regulation. For the Muskies, there's Colin Mahalik, and he and a Flyer player ram into the boards hard, and there's some pushing and shoving. Nothing called. Here's Mark Piketty for Meichenbaum. He's hip checked by Dolan. Puck back into the Dayton zone. Flyers start out. There's a head manning pass up for Clark. Sully Clark, right wing, drops it off. Clark gets it back, centers, and DeLeo trying to get a whack at the puck in front, but it's cleared away. Owen Meichenbaum at his own line for Dayton. He'll dump it in and then head to the bench on a line change. Snyder with Goad out of the net trying to clear the puck. Picks it up. Snyder for Dayton. Centers, but comes back to the right wing circle. Brett Smith a shot. Stick save Goad. There's a shot by Basile, and it's blocked. Flyers trying to put some pressure on, leading it 3-1. Looking for a game-clinching goal. Back come the Muskies the other way. There's a shot. Save. That's off the goalpost. And there's another chance for the Muskies by House. It's blocked. A couple of big saves by Tavian Parks to keep it a 2-goal lead for Dayton. .11:40 to play in the third. Flyers leading at 3-1. Brady tips the puck ahead, stolen by Ward. He's poke checked away. Brady for House. House, give and go. For a shot by Maroon, and it's blocked. Here come the Flyers, right to left into the Muskie zone. Drop, pass, Rutherford shot. Steered aside by the stick of Goad. Adam Goad. Puck cleared away to center, picked up by House. House ridden down to the ice by Constable. Constable a shot, and that's off the crossbar. Connor Constable nearly scoring as his shot pings off that crossbar of the goalpost and over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. Constable just inches away from giving the Flyers a 3-goal lead. Umhafer takes the draw for Dayton. 10:51 to go in the third period. From the draw in the Muskie zone. Puck held in, banged off the end boards to the left wing side. Barrett checked by Federico. Federico for Dayton, steered, and he's rammed into the boards behind the net by 2 Muskie players. Pass off the stick of Mahalik. And the Flyers intercept. Pass intended for Federico, gets by him and down the ice. Monroe had it. He spins off his wheels and into the boards behind the net. And Goad controls the puck, and he'll hold it for a face-off. Teams change. We got Reed, Swiatkowski, Pompina for Dayton, along with O'Connell. That's Max O'Connell. And I can't see the other side. There's one more player on for Dayton. Puck dropped in the right wing circle of the Xavier zone. Luke Garner for Skeekin. Skeekin of Xavier. Puck comes off of his stick. Puck is centered in front of the Muskie zone. Shot, and it's wide, and Goad was open for a moment. The net was open, but Flyers unable to get a shot on it. Loose puck, Ryan Skeekin for Xavier. Bangs it off the boards to center. Max O'Connell will pick it up for the Flyers. They'll dump it in behind the Muskie net. 9.5 to play in the third. Loose puck in the Xavier zone along the right wing side. Federico O'Connell for Dayton trying to chip it in front. That's broken up and cleared. Fighting for it, Carson Everard for the Musketeers at center ice. He lost it. Picking it up for the Flyers, Jackson Reed. He'll fire and hammer one off the glass behind the net. Puck ricochets to neutral ice. Piketty will dump it in. Xavier gets it back. Garner lost it. DeLeo shot. Broken up. Save. Kicked out by Goad. Nice save by Adam Goad, kicking out the left leg. Or right leg, rather. 8.5 to play. Here come the Muskies the other way. Pereira drops it off. Everard shot, and it's saved by Tavian Parks. And he'll hold on to it. Got a couple of messages I'd like to get on. Dave Reed says, Kent, can you double check next Friday's game time? We got 8 through 8:30 rather than 6:30. I'll check. Thanks, Dave. Corinne Piketty says, hey, Kent, so great to watch you in action. Thanks. How was your summer? It was very good. I call games for a baseball team, a college summer league team, and so I enjoy doing that. The Xenia Scouts of the Great Lakes Summer Collegiate League. So that's how my summer was spent. Here's a shot by Brady of Xavier. Save made, or actually it was a block on defense in front and cleared away. So thanks, Corinne. Nice to hear from you. And the Ployce family says there is a North and South division in the league this year. Thanks, you guys. I we'll check out that Tri-State League website again, and we'll try to get we get some more games played, and that should show up. Thanks again. So that's interesting to know. So a North and South division this year. That's a good idea. 7:40 to go. After the puck, Luke Pereira for Xavier. Behind the Dayton net. He's checked by Piketty. Loose puck, House. House tied up. Constable comes away with her. Umhafer, rather. Umhafer. Pass ahead off the boards down the ice. Behind the Xavier net. It kicks in front. Rutherford! He scores! Tommy Rutherford! And the Flyers lead it 4-1. Tom Rutherford. The 6'2", 220-pound junior out of Chicago with his second goal of the game. And the Flyers now lead it 4-1. Dayton had been putting some heavy pressure on the Xavier net, and Adam Goad has been a brick wall back there, but the puck kicked free in front after on a little bit of a scrum on the around the right left goal post, and Tommy Rutherford was to the left of the goal on the right post and was able to stuff it in and make it a 4-1 game. So 7 minutes to go in the third. Here's Basile for Dayton into the Xavier zone on right wing. Drops it off. It's intercepted. Now off a stick to Stuber. Stuber will hold the puck in. Tips in the corner for Swiatkowski. Along the right side for O'Connell. Return pass intercepted, and here come the Muskies. Puck is stolen away, stripped by the Flyers to Rutherford. Give and go back the other way, back to Rutherford. It's poke checked away by Goad. Another shot wide. Goad is scrambling in the crease, being helped out by Andy Monroe to keep the puck out. Another shot, and Goad stops that one. Goad was just flying goalpost to goalpost. He got an assist from Andy Monroe, number 86, in keeping the puck out of the net. So a great effort by those Muskies. Boy, Goad was just flying around one goalpost to the other, trying to keep the puck out. Flyers trying to put this one away with 6 minutes to go in the third period. Leading it by 3, 4-1. Federico prodding at it. Puck chipped away by the Musketeers to center. There's Declan Ployce being shadowed by Luke Garner. Garner trying to check Ployce. Ployce is able to move it up ahead on left wing to Umhafer. He dumps it in. Or rather, that was Connor Constable, I beg your pardon. Puck chipped back to center ice for the Muskies by Skeekin. Puck stolen away by Umhafer and dumped in the Muskie zone. 5:20 to go. Puck centered in front, broken up. Rita shot, fires, he scored! Jackson Reed. Jackson Reed, his first of the game. He got 2 last night. Now we've got a timeout by the Musketeers. Jackson Reed, the 6'5" towering 185-pounder, sophomore out of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. Business economics major. Jackson likes to play baseball and golf when he's not playing hockey, and then he likes to hang out with his friends as well. He might hang out tonight. Gunnar O'Donohue. Hey, Gunnar. Good to hear from you again. He says, hey, Kent. Hey, Gunnar. Nice to hear from you tonight. Wow. It's been a good one. I tell you what, the Flyers now with a 4-goal lead. I tell you, this has been a great game. Especially that second period was nobody scored in the second, but man alive, that was some great action in that second period. There was the big fight. There was a lot of penalties, a lot of shots. It was up and down, back and forth. The goalies were playing great. But the Flyers now, after leading 3-1 after one, then the scoreless second, they have been able to break out and finally get a couple of goals past Adam Goad. Hank Micah started the game for the Musketeers. I stress, did not play badly. He let in 3 goals, but he made some nice saves as well. So he didn't play badly, but Goad really slammed the door shut. The Flyers out shooting the Musketeers after 2 periods, 42-24, and I'm sure it's more than that now. Puck loose in front of the Musketeer net, and it's cleared away. Here come the Muskies. There's a shot. Pad save by Tavian Parks. Pass at center to Reed. Jackson Reed looking to make a play. Right wing shot. Wide of the net. Wide of the left post. Muskies moving left to right. Here they come. Here is Colin Mahalik. That's Michalik. Mahalik. Out of Lone Tree, Colorado is Colin Mahalik. Trying to hold the puck in for the Muskies, Adam Dady. Dady hails from Attleboro, Massachusetts. Puck comes in down the other end of the ice, in on Goad, and he'll cover it up with 3.5 to play. So the goal scorers in this game, pardon me, I'm losing my voice. For the Flyers, Umhafer, Stuber, 2 by Rutherford and Reed. And for the Musketeers of Xavier, their goal scorer in the first period was Kevin House. 3:20 to go. Puck loose in the Musketeer zone. Hops over the stick of O'Connell. He wrestles in along the left wing boards for it. Muskies were able to slide the puck to center. That was by Charlie Maroon. It's tipped back in the Dayton zone offside. And so we'll have a face-off at center. Sully Clark, number 12. Will take the face-off. Sully out of Hudson, Ohio. He's a senior. He wins the face-off. Musketeers steal a puck and clear it off the boards right onto the Dayton goal. It's cleared away by netminder Parks. 2:45 to go. Here is Rylan Falk of Xavier. He's checked. Loose puck, Clark behind the net for DeLeo. Shot, and Spencer almost scored. His shot from the left side is just wide of the net. Puck kicks down the ice. Aiden Ward is able to beat Luke Pereira to the puck and clear it to neutral ice. 2:15 to go. For Xavier, here is Jaden Morin, number 17. Morin drops it off in front and a shot. And Tavian Parks is able to snare that puck out of the air with a trapping mitt. Tavian very good with the glove. He is tall in the net, and he also has a great glove hand, and obviously very good with the stick as well. Here's Aiden Ward for Dayton. Racing across center into the Xavier zone. Shot wide, and it gets caught up in the netting behind the cage. Now kicked out to the point. Meichenbaum a shot, blocked in front. Flyers hold it in. Piketty a shot. Stick save by Goad. Here come the Muskies the other way, 2-on-1. Here comes Falk. Falk checked. And the puck is tipped to center ice. Now Falk again for Xavier. Trying to pass in front. He and Piketty tangle up. Loose puck Ward. Over the Muskie line. Ward swipes it wide of the Xavier net. Under a minute to play. Puck tipped in front again. Here come the Xavier Musketeers. Falk behind the net. Passes back to Brady at the point. Jack Brady check. Puck pops up over the glass. And we'll have a face-off with 35 seconds to play. Got a message from, oh my goodness, I'm Gonna Plum. Yeah, we heard from I'm Gonna Plum earlier, okay. I like the D-man in the zone, floating shots from the line. You're right. Good observation, I'm Gonna Plum. Face off in the Dayton zone, 35 seconds to go. Shot, and again picked off by Tavian Parks, and he'll hold on to it. From the draw, shot, blocked. 20 seconds left. Here come the Flyers. Federico, cool hand Luke to Brett Smith. Centers, looking for teammate Constable, but it was over a stick. 8 seconds to play. Muskies have it. They'll skate it out, and that's going to do it, folks. So a good game. It's a 5-1 final. But it was a very good game. I tell you, especially that second period, as I mentioned a while ago, was really exciting and really good game. A very good spectator game. A lot of shots, some great goaltending on both sides. And now that they'll shake hands at center. A lot of penalties. And there's a big, I called it a WWE wrestling match in the second period. And very exciting game. So both, the Muskies, they lost 5-1. But I tell you what, they played a good game, an exciting game. And for the Flyers, I tell you what, I'm not an expert by any means, but I like what I see. I'm going to tell you the truth. Flyers have size and speed and good goaltending. We heard from Sean Constable. Hey, Sean, nice to hear from you again. Says, great game, Flyers. I like it. I tell you what, Coach Morris and his staff, Chris Sands and Brendan Morbeck and Chad Morris, they're putting something together here at the University of Dayton. shots on goal, final in the third period, 11-7 Dayton, and for the game, 55-31. Hold on, folks. I'm going to try to get the score sheet so I can get assists. Hang on, folks. Well, folks, it doesn't. At least at this time, I'm not able to get the score sheet. The referees, they had to look at it. They're going to check some of the stats because they need to look at the goals and the assists too because they might want to make some corrections. So they took it. So I wanted to get it so I can pass along the assists on the goals. I wish we would have a public address announcer. I gotta talk to Coach Morris about that to see if we could get somebody to do that to announce the goals and the penalties and stuff, so we'll know what they are. We'll see. I mean, I did it along with this on the final senior night games. That's a little difficult. I mean, it was no problem, but you're trying to do both, and it'd be nice if we had a PA announcer down in the press box that would announce the goals and assists. We'll try it. We'll talk about that. But at any rate, so we don't have the assists. Let's see who got another message. I'm going to plumb this. Brett Smith, 26, had to be putting up some points. Yeah, I can't. I can't determine the assists. Yeah, the things move too fast for me. I can't. I can. You can maybe tell. One of them. You can't get two of them. But so we won't have the assists. But at least we'll pass along the goal scores for the game. In the first period for the Flyers, it was Colin Umhafer, the 6-foot junior out of Long Island, New York, with the goal. And then it was Big Teddy Stuber, the graduate law student, 6'5", 200 out of Rocky River, Ohio. For Ted, a shorthanded goal. And also in the first period, it was Tommy Rutherford, the big 6'2", 220 junior out of Chicago. And Tom with a power play goal. And then for Xavier, their lone goal of the period and of the game was scored by Kevin House, a junior, 6'2", 190 pounds, out of Rochester, New York, with a goal. And Kevin House made it 3-1. That's where it stood after one period, the Flyers. And then we had a great second period. I might go back and watch some of the second period. I usually don't go back and watch these games or very much, but I might go back and watch some of that second period. That was a fun period. The big fight, a lot of penalties, just back and forth action. Really good hockey. Nice spectator hockey to watch. But no scoring in that second period. And then in the third, the Flyers after putting a lot of pressure on Adam Goad in the goal for Xavier. Finally, the Flyers broke through. It was Tommy Rutherford, his second of the game. And then Jackson Reed, the big 6'5", 185-pound sophomore out of Cranberry Township, that in Pennsylvania. That's the Pittsburgh area. Jackson scored his third goal in 2 days. He got 2 last night. And that capped off the scoring. The final score tonight, 5-1 Dayton. Again, the final shots on goal. Dayton 55, Xavier 31. That's unofficial. The winning goaltender, Tavian Parks. The losing goaltender is the starter for Xavier, Hank Mikas. Let's, before we shut things down, let's pick 3 stars and a hard hat. Let me figure on this a little bit, folks. Let's give the number 3 star to Brett Jones, or let's give the hard hat to Brett Jones, or rather Brett Smith. I beg your pardon, Brett Smith, for the great defense tonight. So Brett Smith is our hard hat of the night. 3 stars. Let's give the number 3 star of the game to Kevin House of. No, I beg your pardon. I need to give the number 3 star to Tavian Parks for stopping 30 out of 31 shots. Tavian Parks is the number 3 star. Number 2 star, I'm going to give it to Jackson Reed. And the number 1 star with 2 goals on the game tonight is Tommy Rutherford. So the hard hat, we'll give it to Brett Smith. The 3 stars, Tavian Parks, number 3, Jackson Reed, number 2, and Tom Rutherford, number 1. Special mention to Kevin House of Xavier, playing a great game and scoring a goal as well tonight. So that'll do it. I tell you what, let's check. We got a message earlier from Dave Reed, I think it was, to check the schedule. So hold on, folks. I'm having such a hard time with this dad lane phone. Hold on a second. I'm checking. Got a spreadsheet from Coach Morris. So let's see what it says. Just a moment. Okay. There we go. Everything's moving slow tonight. Okay, so for Dave Reed, everybody out there, next Friday, or this upcoming Friday, Friday the 13th, it is 8:30 here in Kettering, and we'll have that game. We plan on carrying it on YouTube. Saturday's game, next Saturday, the 14th, is at 6 o'clock. And of course, these are all Eastern times here in Kettering. That game we plan on probably having on Facebook Live. So 8:30 next Friday, 6 o'clock next Saturday. And they were both against the Niagara, I think they're the Purple Eagles. Jeff, have you ever seen a purple eagle? They should have called them the Screaming Eagles. So Niagara will come in. And hey, I tell you what, you folks, you think Niagara, it sounds like an easy. Look, I tell you what, Niagara is a Division I ACHA team. So the Flyers are probably have to be on top of their game next weekend against Niagara, because I bet you they're going to be tough. So Coach Morris and his staff get the fellows going and get them ready to go against probably a pretty tough Niagara Purple Eagles team next weekend. So just great to be back with you folks for another season of Flyer hockey. Again, great thanks to our producer engineer Jeff Duford for getting us on the air. He got the scoreboard going, keeps track of shots and everything. So great. Again, a great Flyer tip of the hat to Jeff for all he does. He just tipped his hat. So thanks again, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you next weekend, next Friday evening. So until then, for Jeff, this is Kent Jacobs reminding you again the final score is the Flyers go 2-0 on the season. Xavier drops to 0-2 as the Flyers win tonight 5-1. They sweep the weekend series last night 5-2 and then 5-1 tonight. So until next weekend, we bid you good night, everybody, from the Kettering Ice Arena, and hope everybody has a nice weekend. Good evening, everybody.